mind. And with us tonight, Frank Figliuzzi, former FBI Assistant Director for Counterintelligence, and Mieke Eoyang, veteran Washington attorney, former staffer for House Intel and Armed Services. Welcome to you both. Frank, all of us around here watched Nicole Wallace, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. That's where we first saw you react to this story today. What do those words, national importance, mean to you? What kind of thing are we expecting tomorrow?
Well, federal judges choose their words very carefully. So for a federal judge to say this material has national importance means this to me. He's focused on the material the government has that got them in the door with a search warrant of Cohen's offices, residence. What does that mean? It means this isn't going to be a nothing burger tomorrow. You don't gather material to establish probable cause and have nothing. You've convinced the judge that there's evidence of a crime inside that place, and I need to get in there. So we're going to see that. The question is, will that include such things as who decided to make the payments for hush money? Did foreign entities get involved in supplying the money? Did they know where the money was going? Did President Trump direct it, or did he just acquiesce to Cohen's suggestion? What is it we're going to learn that goes toward high crimes and misdemeanors, potentially, against the President of the United States?
And Mieke, we really wanted to hear you tonight on the following topic, and that is bail for Mr. Epstein, the sexual predator. He is facing that decision by a federal judge. And then today, at the same hour, 4 Eastern, we heard Glenn Kirshner, former federal prosecutor, say this about the specter of the Attorney General. A little reminder that these federal offices all report to him. We'll talk about it on the other side.
In the normal prosecutorial world, we would now be looking at the Epstein prosecution being run out of the Southern District of New York and think, okay, they've got the goods. They're going to detain him. They're going to go at him hard, maybe consider bringing him on as a cooperator so he can expose everybody else who was involved in his ugly, unseemly sex ring. But Bill Barr is over the top of and has command and control over the Southern District of New York. And that injects so much uncertainty and so much potentially nefarious conduct.
Mieke, can you believe we're living in an era where we have to discuss the AG, as Mr. Kirshner did, as the president's potential personal lawyer stepping into something like this?
It's really unfortunate, but we've seen over and over again that that is what this president is looking for in an attorney general. When you read through the Mueller report and his complaints to Don McGahn that he wants his own Roy Cohn, that he wants someone who's going to protect him, and that was the case that Barr was going to make to him in applying for the job, I think there are a lot of questions about whether or not the prosecution of justice in this Justice Department will be even-handed, or whether or not the president will put his thumb on the scale, especially given his close relationship with Epstein.
Frank, there was also this new video that came out this morning. It's been airing all day. This dates back to 1992. Jeffrey Epstein on the left there in the denim shirt. On the right, by the way, this didn't get much pickup today. That was Tom McMillan, the former Rhodes Scholar, NBA player, and Democratic congressman visiting Mar-a-Lago. So I guess the question to you, Frank, in addition to assuming that Donald Trump has since found and employed a new eyebrowist, does this not hurt his argument that he was never a fan of Jeffrey Epstein back in the day?
You can't study that video and not see someone who is very comfortable with Epstein, joking, mucking it up, having a great time. This is not someone who is saying, I can't associate myself with this. And I think, Brian, we're looking at the lead commercial for Democrats in the upcoming 2020 campaign process. Play that, play it over and over again, and try to match it with what the president is saying about how distant he is from Epstein, and you'll see it doesn't match up.
So, Mieke, this goes back to you. If we've agreed that the SDNY, the Fed's office in Manhattan, is theoretically subject to pressure from the Home Office in Washington, How worried do you think Team Trump is on a legal basis with all these things we've just covered that they are facing?
Look, I think no matter what happens, Team Trump should be very worried because there's no question, no matter what, they're not always out of the woods. Epstein thought he was out of the woods with Acosta. And then you see many years later, people coming back and saying, actually, no. We didn't cover all the allegations. There's still more injustice that needs to be addressed, and we can come back with future prosecutors and address these issues. There is no circumstance in which Team Trump, when out of office, doesn't face some potential criminal liability.
Two of our favorite returning veterans, to Frank Figliuzzi, to Mieke Eoyang, our thanks for making time to come on tonight. Another break for us.